Honestly, I felt like an idiot. I felt like clueless, like, what do you want me to say? I didn't know if I was supposed to cry, if I'm supposed to laugh, you know, like, it was just so weird. You know, I sat there and he's like, well, congratulations. I was like, thank you. I met James when I was a senior in high school. I met him at a Halloween party, so that was in October of 2005. It kind of like gave me the idea that, like, you know, he like wants a girlfriend, he's interested in me, you know. In August, we moved in together, even though we had like a really secretive relationship because of my parents. It was just, he would not be approved by my parents by a lot of different reasons. I think it was actually shocking for my dad more than my mom, because my mom is more accepting to other people than my father. It's just like a bunch of like jumping to conclusions, and I kind of understand because they always told me things like, you can't trust everybody, make things bigger than it is, you know? Like tell me what's a possibility, you know? And to me, it was just a joke. I just laugh at it like, are you serious? Like, you're telling me this could happen, you know? Like, honestly, who would do the certain things that they would say, you know? Everything they said was true. I found I was pregnant a week later after he went to prison for an assault charge. First person I call was my mother. Kept thinking, oh my God, they're gonna kill me, you know? What am I supposed to tell, you know? It was hard for me because I was afraid of my parents neglecting me. I called her from my cell phone, I called the house, and I told her, Mom. She was like, what do you need? And I was like, I have something to tell you. And she said, what is it? You know? And I said, well, it's not good, it's something really bad. And right then and then, I think she kind of had the idea what was going on just because the way I've been acting lately in front of her, and she kind of always asked me, why are you acting like this? And when I finally said the word to her, I'm pregnant, you know, all I kept thinking in my head, she's gonna say, are you what? Like yelling at me or something. And all she said to me, and I think the reason she said that was too, because she knew it was gonna be hard for me, the situation I was in. All she could say, honey, I'm here for you, and we'll talk about this when we get home. My mom actually was the one who told my father about me being pregnant. And the reason it felt a little more easier for me is because I didn't know how my father was going to react to me, you know? And my father actually didn't talk to me for quite a while, even though I lived at home. And that's where things started to fall apart of my own self. I felt weak as a person. And I've always thought I was a strong person. I always thought, you know, I can get through anything, you know? And more time went by, my emotions, I think I'd say, they've got harder for me to handle or control for many different reasons. I just felt like, even though I'm happy to have my mother at that time, you know, I could talk to her, she told me stuff, but it just wasn't the same. It was very hard coming into my appointments. When I would sit down, I see couples sitting there. For the first time in my life, I actually felt a cruel person. Because I would always be happy for other people, for everything. But for this first time, I felt a horrible person. Even though the reason I say that is because I see this mom and dad, and that's like the first baby, and they're sitting there happy, you know? And I felt like a loser because maybe it was just a day that I happened to be at a wrong day. I felt like that, just felt like maybe this is the wrong day for me to be here because everybody had somebody and I had nobody. And after I gave birth to Layla, my mother actually told me herself that when you give birth to a baby, you feel this feeling, like a strong feeling for the child. Like it's just when you look at the baby, it's just like, oh my God, it's mine, you know? This is my child. When I had Layla, I love my daughter to death now, but I would definitely say that I had a total different feeling. But I love her so much today that I wish, sometimes I dwell on myself because I feel bad for bringing Layla into this world without a father, a good one. Being a single mom has made me realize, even if he was around, yes, it would be a lot easier, but what are the chances of if we were together and something happened after we had our baby together? I think it would be a lot harder. Layla is my main key and motivation to everything, to give her a better life, to give her love that she deserves. I want her to have a good mother that she feels secure with, where she feels loved, where she can feel that all she needs is her mom, and maybe dad one day, but at this time, just she needs me, you know?